I like the look of your rubbish.
How do you make money for nothing?
Don't throw that away yet.
The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
You can't be throwing these away. They look fantastic.
That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I'm a passionate buyer, maker and user of old stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I make new stuff out of old stuff and I sell it for a profit.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers.
Got a little something for you.
Oh, Sarah.
She can transform her finds into desirable,
Those are amazing.
valuable,
I love them.
Good.
and let's hope, saleable items.
It's literally giving me goosebumps.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
My goodness, that's absolutely wonderful.
Whitley Community Recycling Centre serves the people of Surrey. And in return, the people of Surrey serve up all kinds of rubbish.
They're literally queuing up to get in here. Let's go see what they've got.
Sarah's here today looking for 3 items that she can reclaim, rejuvenate and reimagine into something saleable.
Some people have lovely rubbish, don't they? That's quite a sweet picture, isn't it?
Sarah's been granted special permission to be here, so please don't think you can just turn up and treasure hunt at your local tip.
My body is a temple, and now so is my head.
My body's more of a bouncy castle. But less of the messing about, there's rubbish to find, and the boot of Margaret's car looks promising.
Hi there, you look like you've got a car full.
Yes, certainly, yes. Some is for the tip and some is not.
Oh, wow. These are great. And so how long have you had them?
20 years. We got some better chairs from a charity shop, from a house clearance.
OK.
So we went for them.
Would it be OK to have a look at the other ones?
Of course.
Oh, brilliant.
Margaret has managed to squeeze 3 other dining chairs into her car, which, like the one she had in the boot, are all destined for the skip.
They look like a good set.
Yes, they are.
Lovely.
And
So,
we were very, very happy with them, you know.
well, I am your woman. If you don't mind me taking them away, would love to have a go at doing something with them.
You're very welcome to take them.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much. I will keep in touch.
Yes, OK.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sarah's first find, 4 unwanted dining chairs which have been treasured by Margaret for years.
I'm totally glad that she took them, and I'm sure she's doing something very nice with them. We have used them for 20 years and they were second-hand already. So they are good quality.
4 usable chairs, a great number, a good set. They're reasonably solid, and I think they've got potential to be updated and made really lovely again. Perhaps get rid of this fake leather seat.
And Sarah knows just the man for the job. Rupert Blanchard has carved out a name for himself as one of the most imaginative designer makers in the country. He uses unloved and undervalued materials to create furniture that is modern, fun and built to last.
I try to develop my own style so my personality comes through in my work. I'm most proud of a piece when I've got a piece of furniture back in someone's home that they wouldn't even give space in their shed for. I want to make the unloved loved again.
Rupert will certainly have his work cut out making these charmless chairs lovable once again. One item in the bag leaves Sarah with 2 to find, and when it's as busy as this, it's important to focus.
Oh, sorry, back to work. Right, rubbish, this way, bring it this way, back in your top.
Step away from the maracas, Sarah. It's not a shakedown. These people are all happily parting with their rubbish, just like Graham, who's about to tip some timber.
Hiya. Hello.
Hello.
That looks very interesting. Just pop that back down there for a moment. We don't want that going anywhere near a skip. What was it?
It's an old chest of drawers with about 5 or 6 drawers in it.
Right.
That big, old cabinet.
Yeah.
Wife didn't want it to be thrown away, but unfortunately we've run out of space.
Well, it's my lucky day because it might be in pieces, but the pieces look like such fantastic quality. I couldn't imagine it going in there.
No, neither can I.
Would it be okay to have a closer look, see what
Sure.
sort of stuff you've got amongst it? Wow, it's seriously old, isn't it? It looks like the kind of thing that I never see coming into the tip. That's beautiful. I just think there's so much potential to make something lovely out of it.
I hope so.
Can I twist your arm to let me have it rather than you put it in the,
Absolutely.
in the skip, please?
Yes.
Right, I'm going to go and get a trolley. Don't throw anything away.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, great. For her second item, Sarah is taking a very old chest of drawers in flat pack form.
Well, that has made my day. Thank you so much.
Good.
It may well have made your day, Sarah, but what about crayons?
I bought it off a customer of mine, and I was told 17th century. So I'm glad that it's been recycled because I hate to see old furniture being dumped in the dump. And I hope she makes something decent out of it.
This is one of the oldest things I've seen turn up at the tip, and I know it's been cut up, but it's packed with potential. The craftsmanship on it is amazing. I just can't wait to see how it ends up.
Who could possibly appreciate a pile of old planks? Sarah knows just the maker. What Norman Wilkinson doesn't know about wood isn't worth knowing. He uses his 25 years of experience to create handmade, one-of-a-kind furniture that will last a lifetime.
I'm self-taught, never been to college, never took woodwork at school, so over the years I've just taught myself. We started making a few pieces and it just took off, so it was the best thing I ever did. Yeah, happy-pappy person.
Norman may be happy-pappy, but this chest of drawers looks far from snappy. Sarah's salvaged 2 items so far.
Crystal ball. I could really do with one of those.
I see a future full of trash awaiting you, Sarah. Starting with Charlotte's boot, which is full of rubbish ripe for a rummage.
Hiya. Hello. What are you dropping off? Anything exciting?
Just some leftover bathroom tiles. I wasn't quite sure what to do with them.
So they can I have a look? Are they the Mosaic
certainly.
ones?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow,
We've been doing up our bathroom and we got given them for free on my husband's job and we're not too sure what to do with them. But in the end we decided to go with grey ones. They didn't quite look right, so I'm not too sure what to do with those.
Wow, there's hundreds of them. So
There's quite a lot, yeah, and you just peel them off, I think.
Yeah. I would love to have a go and see if there's something to be made from them.
OK.
And I will try and make something creative out of them. And
Lovely.
then I come and show you what I've done.
Yeah, brilliant, that's lovely. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Well, I think even I might be able to carry this lot.
Yeah, they're not too.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for
That's
that.
OK.
I'll keep in touch.
Yeah, have fun. Thank you. Bye.
It looks like a night on the tiles for Sarah. Well, an afternoon maybe. What does Charlotte think can be done with all these old tiles?
They're nothing very special, but there's a whole box of them. Some kind of mosaic, I don't know. I think it's a coffee table that needed a bit of colouring and fancy stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Be interesting to see.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of white, brand new glass tiles. They're not retro, they're not vintage, they're not old. There's so many things that might be done with them. Just don't know what it is.
I guess you won't be tiling your bathroom then. Sarah has her 3 items. The 4 old dining chairs will be worked on by Rupert, the broken up chest of drawers will be tackled by Norman, and Sarah has a box of surplus glass tiles for her own project.
Well, this lot didn't make the cut, but I have got heaps to work with. Let's go get on it.
Margate is a seaside resort full of holiday town charms and tempting retro shops, and it fizzes with an artistic energy. It's also home to Rupert Blanchard, and Sarah's brought him 4 chairs in need of a facelift.
Well, I've got my 4 tip fine chairs here. They're in Margate and I bought them to Rupert. And I think a lick of artisan paint and a velvet seat pad will be the furthest thing on his mind when I show him these. I think he's going to give these a radical makeover.
I spend every day working with salvaged materials. I love working with abandoned pieces that everyone's given up on, making something new out of them. So I'm really intrigued and looking forward to whatever Sarah's got to bring me today.
Come and see what I've got. 4 chairs.
Chairs? OK. I do like chairs.
Fab. You take those 2, I'll have these 2.
OK.
Let's go make a plan.
See him in.
Sounds like a great idea. But Rupert didn't seem too excited when he saw the seats.
4 chairs.
4 chairs? I am a big chair fan. I love chairs.
Yeah?
Don't know if I love these, Sarah.
I think they've been looked after. They've had a new seat pad put on them at some point to try and give them a bit of a new look. How are you going to make these 4 beautiful?
I'm going to try not to do anything that's been done before, and I'd love to come up with a new set of rules, something you could do with any old, not beautiful chair, and kind of bring it up to date, make something modern, make a statement chair, make something interesting.
I can't think of anything more exciting for you to do with this lot, and I have no idea what they're going to look like. So can you give me a budget that you can aim to hit?
I kind of know what I want to do, and I know you're going to get a nice set of chairs. So I'm going to charge you £200.
200 quid, I think that's good value, so I'm more than happy to leave this lot with you for that. Thank you so much.
Excellent, thank you.
Bye.
200 quid for 4 chairs? And Sarah's got no idea what they're going to look like.
This is going to be a bit of a challenge. I've already told Sarah I want to cut these up and reinvent them and make a new set of rules for dealing with old, unfashionable chairs. I don't know what that means. I don't know what I'm doing, but I've got a picture of it in my head. Now I've got to work out how to make that in real life. So, yeah, many late nights ahead, I'm sure.
So Rupert is going to write a new set of rules for chairs. What does that mean?
Sarah's left a budget of £200 for Rupert to invent a new set of rules for chairs. Think I need a seat. An old-fashioned one, please. A hop, skip and jump from Margate is the neighbouring county of East Sussex, home to Norman's workshop. Sarah's brought the broken-up set of old drawers. Well, bits of it anyway. Norman's bound to be eagerly awaiting her imminent arrival.
I always look forward to Sarah's imminent arrival. You know, it's the highlight of my day.
Just as I thought.
Well, look at it. It's a right mess at the moment. It's like a chest of drawers jigsaw puzzle, but I've saved it for a reason. It's got fantastic patina, it's got great potential, and I brought it to Norman. I think he's going to nail this one. Come and see it.
Come and see
this.
this.
Cracker.
It's a cracker, is it?
Look at this, an absolute cracker.
Oh, ready for the wood burner?
No, it's not. This is beautiful. It's
Is it?
ancient.
A bit like yourself.
Get it inside.
Right, let's get
You're
it
so
inside.
rude. Mind the nails. The nails are really sharp.
I think he likes it.
First impressions?
Yeah, it's a pile of wood. It's got a nice big drawer.
What I was thinking is maybe you can make new drawers to go into it to make it look like a chest of drawers, but obviously one that has seen some damage.
I mean, making all new drawers and doing that, it's going to be quite an expensive job. So, you know, it's that decision on how much you want to spend. So maybe you need to simplify it a little bit.
Have you got something in mind?
What about making it into a shoe cupboard for a hall or something like that?
OK, so what, drawer at the top and then open-fronted?
Open-fronted.
Shelf. One shelf, two shelf?
One shelf or two. Well, if we're going to do shoes, we might be able to put 2 in, so...
I think that's a great idea. So we're going to end up with a country, rustic, useful piece of furniture, open-fronted.
Yeah. So it could even go into a modern-day living as well, because, you know, country, modern mix.
Perfect. I love that. Is it going to be expensive to do that, though?
No.
Come on, then, hit me with a number.
We were going to do it for 285 quid.
Lovely.
Cheap as chips.
Beautiful. Saving something really special making it useful again and putting it back together, because frankly this is a jigsaw puzzle that I would not like to do. So if you can do that, that is amazing.
Well, this piece is missing.
This project will involve a jigsaw, no doubt.
Goodbye.
But Norman's will have a huge blade attached.
Yeah, there's quite a bit to do on it, but I'll just do what I think, and I'm sure it'll work out great.
Well, that is definitely going to be one to watch. It's a kind of hybrid piece of furniture. There aren't going to be many of those around.
Sarah and Norman have agreed a budget of £285 for Norman to tackle the task of sorting out the shoe cupboard. Let's hope this project doesn't end in defeat. Oh dear. With the chairs and drawers safely dropped off, it's time for the hard work to begin. And Sarah's brought home the box of mosaic tiles.
Well, I'm certainly not short of mosaic tiles. There are thousands of them here, and they're white and they're brand new and they're a tiny bit boring. In fact, I can sort of see why they were being thrown away. But I've got a really good idea for them, and it involves using my old mirror. It's been lying around for ages. It owes me nothing. Not terribly inspiring either, but together I hope I can put them into a design that makes them look beautiful. So what I need to do first is make a big solid frame to go around the mirror. So I've got something to mount the mosaics on, and I've got some MDF outside and some power tools.
Good old medium density fibreboard. How many of you knew that's what MDF stood for?
That's clean.
First, Sarah has to draw round the mirror to make sure she cuts the right-sized hole. It has to be a snug fit when it's dropped into her homemade frame.
Oh, the glamour.
MDF is used on a wide range of building projects. It's actually formed by breaking down wooden offcuts into fibres, which are then combined with wax and resin. The mixture is formed into panels by subjecting it to high pressure and very high temperatures.
Right, that seems to fit. Time to get tiling. Well, plain white just isn't going to cut it, so I've got some fantastic metallics. I'm going to spray the tiles in whole sheets and then use them to make a more intricate, maybe sunburst design onto the mirror. I think I'll spray lots.
Metallic bronze first. Nice choice.
Oh, that's a bit of a relief. They're looking less boring. Right. Another colour.
Let me guess, would it be pastel pink next?
Ooh, that's girly.
How did I guess that? Matches your top, Sarah. That's two contrasting colours. What's next?
There's more coming. I've got all sorts of colours.
Sarah's obviously got a clear idea of what it'll look like when it's finished.
If I'm completely honest, I'm not quite sure what this mirror's going to look like. I just want to make sure that I've got all my options covered.
Do you think this is how the Romans created their intricate mosaics? Perhaps not with the spray paint.
So I've got my base colours. What I'm going to do is stick a really good load onto the mirror base and then add a few more subtle colours to give it some detail. But I want it to be bright and beautiful and just celebrate all these great little squares. Apparently, it's really easy. You just use waterproof PVA to glue the tiles in place, make a pretty pattern, grout over it. Job's a good one. One down, 1,000 to go. Two. Wish I had one of those time-lapse functions. Then it would all be done instantly.
All you have to do is ask, Sarah.
So I think I'm going to make this mirror circular. So I'm just going to build up a few more layers, then cut round so I know exactly where to cut to get a nice edge. And hopefully it should look all right. But I might leave it square, you never know.
Sarah spent £25 making her mosaic-clad mirror. Let's hope when it's finished, it can reflect a profit. In Margate, it's Rupert's turn to transform trash into treasure. And he has his work cut out, tackling the 4 discarded dining chairs Sarah's left. As soon as you're ready, Rupert.
A set of fairly plain, ordinary dining chairs In my experience, they're really quite hard to sell and find a new home for. But I know what does sell well: armchairs, nice armchairs, and benches. So I'm going to kind of work out a way that I can turn this boring set of 4 ordinary chairs into a set of 4, but definitely 2 interesting armchairs and 1 bench.
2 armchairs and a bench. Radical stuff.
Sort of just being a bit puzzled about how big is an armchair. Are there rules of armchair heights?
Yes, and you're the one who's supposed to be writing them, Rupert.
I've got about the height of the arms. I'm just going to try to draw out some kind of shape.
Rupert's plan is to create a box-like structure around the existing chair.
I've got a good idea of the overall proportions of this now. I've just got to get to work, make a framework, clad it. I'm kind of going to use an interesting paint technique, but yeah, better get on with it.
Rupert is using pine battens to create a frame which will surround the chair. Can you still hear me?
I've got the loudest driver in Margate.
Does that make you the woodworking equivalent of a boy racer, Rupert? Once the structure is screwed together, pine planks are used as cladding inside and out. And if Rupert's measurements are right, the old chair should be right in the middle.
Excellent. That's kind of what I was aiming for. Pretty happy with the proportions. They're really like thrones now. They were just kind of boring dining chairs. I've got to cut some kind of armrests. I have no idea what colour these will be yet, but it's kind of dependent on the seat pads, because I want to tie the seat pads with the wood. It's got to be complementary colours, but I still want the roughness of this sort of crepe material to shine through.
What about that interesting paint technique, Rupert?
I've got a bucket full of dye now, so I want these chairs to be really bright, nice vivid colours. And so for this, I'm actually experimenting with fabric dyes, actually standard colourful dyes. And to start with, it's really good bright green. I've got just a tiny offcut of the same timber. So test this piece first. Moment truth, it's going. We'll just have to see how it goes. I'll leave it in there for a couple of hours. Who knows what colour we'll get.
It's only a hunch, but is it going to be green? In East Sussex, it's Norman's turn to transform the jigsaw of drawers into something special.
Today we're going to try and make this pile of whatever we've got into something. We've got only 1 drawer, the rest of it's missing, so we're going to have to try and make a silk purse out of a sow's ear.
Sounds graceful. How do you do that, Norman?
The best bet's to get a hammer and nail pullers and let's take it apart and see where we go.
Good tip. When making a silk purse, bash it with a hammer. But Sarah is expecting a country rustic, useful piece of furniture suitable for shoes, and preferably the bigger the better.
If we're going to make it for shoes, I mean, it depends how big a feet you got. But on an average one, I mean, 12 to 14 inches is normally big enough for shoes. You know, it all depends where it's going. They're making houses smaller now and flats smaller, so I'm going to say sorry, Sarah, but I'm going to do what I think. So, you know, I'm sure I can take a telling off with my woman. So, hopefully, I'll be okay.
You're a brave man, Norman. Decision made, Norman is risking the wrath of Sarah by reducing the depth of the finished piece of furniture, making it just about deep enough to accommodate a large pair of shoes. I hope Sarah's in an understanding mood when she returns.
We've done the cutting, now we're going to glue the sides up with the glue here. You know, I've put the gloves on because if you don't, this marks your hands, and it takes days and days for it to come off, and it looks like you never wash.
Of course, there's the personal safety aspect too.
Just dribble it on, nice straight line. So, I mean, we won't get a perfect flat joint everywhere because of what the material is. Sometimes you just got to bang it as well. Got to leave the glue now to go off. I mean, we leave it overnight. I mean, you don't need to, but obviously the longer you cramp it, the better it is.
With the sides trimmed down to size and glued back together, it's the turn of the drawer to receive some love. And, true to form, that involves a hammer.
Excellent. Sometimes trying to restore a drawer, I mean, it'll be easier just to put a new back on it. And then if we paint the inside so it'll all tie in together, but we can keep the outside nice patina and everything. So we're going off track a little bit, but I think it's the easiest and quickest way of doing it. Otherwise, I don't want to go over budget. So I've got to start thinking which is going to be the best way for me to do it.
That's probably smart thinking, Norman. A smaller unit for a bigger budget probably wouldn't go down too well. Leaving Norman heading off-piste with his plan, back in West Sussex, Sarah is putting the finishing touches to the mosaic mirror.
So some of the paint is coming off with the grout, and I always sort of knew that was going to happen. But a perfect, pristine finish, I was never going to go for one of those, was I?
When Sarah found the glass tiles, they were lacking glamour. But now they provide a circle of vivid colour surrounding what was once a dull, distressed mirror. Using a variety of spray paint colours, enhanced by hand-painted highlights of gold, Sarah has glued them into a concentric mosaic, grouted the gaps and created a contemporary mirror. Maybe it would look good above a shoe cupboard.
Well, I am so pleased that the mirror is now finished. It's now bright, hopefully saleable. Who knows? Might even make some profit.
When Sarah spotted Charlotte at the tip, it was the contents of her boot that caught her eye.
What are you dropping off? Anything exciting?
Just some leftover bathroom tiles. I wasn't quite sure what to do with them.
Sarah soon tucked the tiles under her arm, while Charlotte had a few ideas of her own.
I think it's a coffee table that needed a bit of colouring and fancy stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Be interesting to see.
With the mosaic mirror complete, Sarah snapped some pics and soon had it for sale online. And it didn't take long for it to be bought by a private buyer. Sarah is back in Surrey to show Charlotte what became of her surplus tiles and to hand over some cash.
Hello. Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
And who's your assistant? Hello. What's your name?
Peter.
Hello. Do you shake? Should we? Oh, you're really strong, aren't you? I didn't know you had an assistant.
Yeah, this is my little assistant today, isn't it, Peter?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I think you have a new bathroom now, don't you?
Yeah.
So the tiles that I found you with at the tip were left over, weren't they?
Well, from our bathroom project, yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I had to work with them.
Yeah.
Any idea what happened to them?
I wasn't too sure. I thought maybe a table, coffee table, decorate, something like that.
Well, I thought a bit of extra colour would help.
Oh,
and
okay, yeah.
I actually went for a mirror.
Oh, lovely.
So I've got some pictures to show you of what
Okay,
happened
lovely.
to them. Your tiles have been made into
Oh, wow.
a big bathroom mirror.
Oh, that's lovely.
I
that's beautiful.
hand-painted them all and took them off the backing and put them around a mirror. It did get snapped up.
Oh, wow.
So I've got some profit here. Who holds the money? Is it you? Are you the money holder?
Yeah.
OK, well, I've got £140 here for you, then.
Oh, wow. What'd you say?
Thank you very much.
Good boy.
So is there anything that you need at the moment?
Well, we're doing a conservatory now, so...
Yeah, right now.
Right now, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent. So
Daddy's doing it, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, so we might buy something for the conservatory.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoy that. You look after that money carefully.
We will.
And I'll see you at the tip.
Thank you
nice
very
to
much.
see you.
And
Take
you.
care.
OK,
Bye-bye.
It looked to me like Peter had something else in mind for that cash, and the conservatory might have to wait.
Well, I think that money is in safe hands with Peter. And if they're both happy, then I'm definitely happy.
Sarah spent £25 on materials. It sold for £165, which provided Peter and his mum Charlotte with £140 profit. To spend on, well, who knows. After bagging a profit from her first item, Sarah is back in Margate to see if Rupert has managed to rewrite the rule book for chairs.
The chairs that Sarah brought me were, in my opinion, incredibly boring. But the challenge was still to make them exciting to someone else. And, yeah, hopefully I've done that. I think they're definitely more exciting now.
Well, I left Rupert with some really dated dining chairs, and he said he was going to reimagine them completely. And I can't wait to see them, because either he'll have gone all out and they'll be completely crazy, or he won't have gone far enough and they'll still be dull. Let's go and see. You're going to love them, or you're going to hate them.
When Sarah salvaged the chairs, they were on their last legs. But now, Rupert has transformed them from 4 dull dining chairs into 2 contemporary armchairs and a brand new bench. The armchairs have been created by building a solid wood surround. The new fire-retardant upholstery gives a fresh new look that matches the colourful paint coating. The bench incorporates the backs of the 2 remaining chairs. But will Sarah be liking or loathing this lot?
Rupert,
Hey, Sarah, welcome. Come in.
hello.
Hey, Sarah, come into my lounge.
Oh, fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm good. So, just about ready for you.
They are great, aren't they? What have you done with these?
Yeah, I've made 2 armchairs by making this kind of, giving them a hug, really.
Yeah,
And
lovely.
the other 2 chairs, I started taking them apart. I wasn't sure what I was doing with them. Ended up going for a classic kind of bench. Good for a hallway, good for end of a bed, good for a living room, maybe. Actually, when I started taking them apart, some of the chairs were slightly damaged, so I wasn't afraid to sort of cut them up a bit. And so the 2 for the bench, when I started cutting them, I actually found on the underside of the chair, there is a little mark on them. CC.
Yeah.
And it means that these are British chairs made under tight restrictions on the use of materials.
That's great use. It's nice to know where they came from, because there's not much about them that screams date or origin or whatever. So they were thriftily made, and then you've remade them again.
Restrictions introduced in wartime mean the originals were thriftily produced. But how thrifty has Rupert been? The budget was £200.
Gone over the budget a tiny bit because the upholstery is so much. 220 is the total now.
I really like the upholstery. It's worth doing that extra bit, and to find fabric. I mean, it looks like something you might find on an old tram seat or something, doesn't it? And it sort of puts it back into that era.
It is. It's brand new, fire retardant, but it is a very mid-century style.
Yeah, it's fab. Lovely piece of work. Great money. Can't go wrong.
Excellent.
I'm
Good luck
loving
with them.
Oh, I won't need luck. I'm loving them. Can't take them home myself, but well done.
Thank you.
That seems a success. Sarah loves them, despite the £20 overspend.
This is quite a different project for me. I'm not used to making armchairs and benches, and I don't generally work with chairs, so it's quite a challenge, but I'm glad Sarah brought them to me, and I'm really happy that, yeah, she seems pleased with them.
Well, I'm really pleased with that lot, because those chairs were so dull, and look at them now. They're original, and you just haven't seen anything like that before. I think they're fab.
When Sarah met her at the skip, Margaret had already upgraded.
We got some better chairs from a charity shop, from a house clearance.
OK.
So we went for them.
As a result, the dull dining chairs were destined for the dump, but they'd certainly served Margaret well.
We have used them for 20 years and they were second-hand already.
Rupert's given the chairs another 20 years by reimagining them as armchairs and a bench. Sarah's in Godalming to catch up with Margaret and let her know what became of her old chairs.
Hello there.
Sarah.
Lovely to see you again.
Sarah.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Now, I saw you throwing away 4 chairs that you'd had for ages. And so did you think, I wonder what happens to them when they leave the recycling centre in the back of somebody's van?
Yes, but I was very glad that they got into good hands and they were recycled and not just filling another landfill.
Well, I took them down to Margate. There's a designer there called Rupert who I work with who just has fantastic ideas, and he saw them and said, don't worry, I've got a really good plan for them. He wanted to reimagine your chairs.
Good.
So
Good.
he's had a really good go. Are you ready? He has turned them into
wow.
a pair of armchairs and a window seat or a bench.
Wow.
So,
I mean, they look fantastic. I never thought he would have made a bench out of it and, you know, and easy chairs. And
I absolutely love them. I think in the right place and maybe a big modern apartment,
Yes.
they would look great. They are still for sale. And as soon as they've sold, I'll be back in touch and handing that over to you. But any ideas what you might do with some money if it comes your way?
yes, yes, that money goes to an orphanage in Kenya.
Oh, is that
Yes.
something you support?
Yes, yes. It's a friend who established that Christian orphanage, and I support it.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I will redouble my efforts to get them sold and get some profit to you. But thank you very much for letting me have them. And I will come and see you again soon. Thanks ever so much.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
The cost for Rupert to reinvent the chairs was £220. And as soon as they find a new home, the profit will be winging its way back to Margaret, for her to pass on to her chosen charity. Sarah's back in East Sussex at Norman's workshop. How has he survived tackling the jumble of junk that was once a set of drawers?
Well, the chest of drawers I left with Norman had character and age on its side, but it was essentially worthless. Let's hope that Norman's managed to make it into something that's priceless.
Her ancient drawers are looking completely different. We've chopped it around, we've put a little bit of paint in it, we've kept the patina. Yeah, I think it looks cool. I really do. I actually don't dislike it, to be honest. So, yeah. So happy days, hopefully.
When Sarah spotted the old chest of drawers at the tip, it had age, it had potential, but it also had problems. But now, Norman has juggled the jigsaw of pieces and has created a modern, stylish piece of furniture with an authentic, aged appearance. The top has been glued back together and lovingly cleaned and restored. The drawer's been rebuilt and the depth reduced, making it modern home friendly. A shelf has been added, opening the front to a useful storage space. And a sympathetic blue has been used to colour the interior. But is it the useful piece of furniture Sarah's expecting?
Norman?
Hello, you.
Oh, look at that. Hey, that's lovely. So talk me through what you've done.
So we worked out what was the top sides.
Yeah.
So we made that obviously that size of the drawer. We've reduced it that way, the depth, because it was too deep, and for modern living, you know, in places I felt it wasn't right. We had a bit of a job with the feet because they were rot, so we remade them, but we used what bits we had left, so you can't really tell. We've cleaned it sympathetically, and we've kept all the old ink marks and everything else.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So
We've changed the handles because we felt they were more in keeping. You can put shoes in it, you can have it as a bookcase, you can have it anywhere really, so it's a very dual-purpose piece again.
really pleased with that. It's got a great new look. Has it got a great new price?
Yeah, we came in on budget, all of 285, so yeah, happy days.
I love what you've done to it. It's got a lovely old-fashioned look. Done well.
Ching ching.
Yeah.
Right, go on then. See you later.
Sing your hook, I know.
Yeah, go, I've had enough of you. Happy days, yeah. I think it all went fantastic. I think she was pleased with it. I think she liked the colour. Yeah, I mean, for what we had, I think we've turned it into a functional piece of furniture. So, yeah, happy days.
Well, that is a great result. Norman has hauled that chest of drawers right back into the present. Good job.
When she met Graham at the tip, Sarah was quick to intervene.
That looks very interesting. Just pop that back down there for a moment. We don't want that going anywhere near a skip.
And was eager to find out more.
What was it?
It's an old chest of drawers with about 5 or 6 drawers in it. Wife didn't want it to be thrown away, but unfortunately we've run out of space.
A lack of space at home meant that time was up for the old drawers, but Graham was delighted to let Sarah wheel them away.
So I'm glad that it's been recycled because I hate to see old furniture being dumped in the dump. And I hope she makes something decent out of it.
Graham, you've got nothing to worry about, mate. The capable hands of Norman have given the drawers a whole new lease of life. And that new life will be at a B&B in Norfolk, whose owner, Sally, was first off the mark when it was advertised for sale.
We loved it because of the blue, so it fits in well with the pub, but the antique furniture as well because it's an old pub. We like to have the old furniture in here sitting alongside modern things as well.
Sarah is in Hazelmere to show Graham what's happened to his broken up old drawers and to hand over some cash.
Hi, Graham. How are you?
Well, thank you.
Nice to see you again. So when I last saw you, I think you've been taking multiple trips to the recycling centre.
Yes, I have. I got a lot of things I had to sort out and I had to downscale quite a lot.
Well, I was really pleased to be there the day you dropped off that old chest of drawers. Unfortunately, I think I missed the drawers, but did you wonder what we would do with it when we took it away?
I was very curious because there were lots of beautiful planks of oak in that, and I really thought something could be done with it, but I didn't have the time to do anything, so that's why it went to the tip, unfortunately.
Well, I was pleased to see it, and I took it along to my friend Norman, and both of us decided that we'd like to resurrect it again and see if we could get it back into a useful piece of furniture, but using all of those details that were there. So, got pictures here to show you.
Oh, good.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's had a resurrection. It's been put back together.
Oh, my gosh.
Because we didn't have the drawers, Norman remade the interior
perfect.
of it, and he's put it together to make a beautiful, useful, new piece of furniture. What do you think about it in its new lease of life?
Absolutely beautiful.
It's actually gone off to a B&B and a restaurant, which has a lovely interior, and that fits right in. So
Oh, brilliant.
it has sold, and there is some profit for you. Actually, there's £65 here that's coming your way.
Thank you very much.
That's for you.
Thanks very much. It's just better to see the unit being used again more than anything else. That makes me happy.
Do you know what you might do with £65?
I do a lot of restoration work, but small stuff, not that big, and I'll put it towards that.
Oh, fantastic. So one project's going to fund another.
Absolutely, yes.
Brilliant. Well, I hope you enjoy doing that.
Thank
and don't throw any more of those away unless they're there, OK?
I'll call you first.
Great. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
I think Graham quite liked it.
Well, that was sweet. But actually, there's £65 for Graham to spend on his new projects. Well done, Norman.
Well done indeed. The broken old chest of drawers cost £285 to transform back into a beautiful piece of furniture. Sarah sold it for £350, which left a profit of £65 to hand back to Graham. Sarah has saved, sold and celebrated. 3 items that would have otherwise been dumped and lost forever have all been turned around and given the chance to live again.
So that's 3 items that I gathered, and those are tip finds that have been transformed into must-have items. That's what I call a great day's work.